we cannot give up our enrichment because it is an achievement of our own scientists. And now, more than that, it is a question of national pride.
Iran's nuclear sites were bombed. Its centrifuges lie in ruins. But Tehran calls it an act of pride, not defeat. Talks with Europe are back. Sanctions loom. And time's running out. Can a nation rebuild faster than diplomacy collapses? Or is the real explosion still to come? Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi delivered a defiant message to the international community this week, declaring that Tehran will not abandon its uranium enrichment capabilities despite severe damage to its nuclear facilities from recent US strikes. Speaking to Fox News on Monday, Araghchi made clear that Iran's nuclear program remains a cornerstone of national identity.
It is now stopped because, yes, damages are serious and severe. But obviously, we cannot give up our enrichment because it is an achievement of our own scientists. And now, more than that, it is a question of national pride.
The Iranian foreign minister's comments come as his country prepares for crucial talks with European powers following a devastating 12-day conflict with Israel last month. During that confrontation, the United States launched targeted strikes against Iran's nuclear facilities, including the uranium enrichment plant at Fordow in Qom province, as well as nuclear sites in Isfahan and Natanz. Despite the extensive damage, Araghchi emphasized that Iran's nuclear capabilities cannot be permanently eliminated through military action.
Our nuclear program, our enrichment program is not something imported from outside that can be destroyed by bombings. It is developed by ourselves. It is an achievement by ourselves. The technology is there. The scientists are there. The people who have run these facilities are there. Buildings can be rebuilt. Facilities can be rebuilt. Machines can be, replaced because the technology is there. I think the recent attack proved that there is no military option.
The foreign minister also expressed Iran's willingness to engage in negotiations, though with specific conditions.
If they are coming for a win-win solution, I am ready to engage with them. I mean that we are ready to do any confidence-building measure needed to prove that Iran's nuclear program is peaceful and would remain peaceful forever, and Iran would never go for nuclear weapons, and in return, we expect them to lift their sanctions. This is a win-win game, and we are ready to engage in that.
President Donald Trump responded swiftly to these comments on his Truth Social platform, warning that Washington would carry out additional strikes if necessary.
Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi on the Iran nuclear sites. Damages are very severe. They are destroyed. Of course they are, just like I said, and we will do it again, if necessary. As interviewed by Brett Baier, fake news CNN should immediately fire their phony reporter and apologize to me and the great pilots who obliterated Iran's nuclear sites. CNN is a major ratings loser, as is MSDNC.
Iran confirmed on July 21st that it will participate in nuclear discussions with Britain, France and Germany in Istanbul on July 25th, marking the first such meeting since the recent conflict with Israel. The timing is critical, as the three European nations have issued an ultimatum to restore United Nations sanctions on Iran by the end of August, unless significant progress is made toward a new nuclear agreement.
Dialogue between Iran and the three European countries. As announced, this meeting will be held in a place other than Europe, in Istanbul, at the level of deputy foreign ministers, with the presence of the European Union foreign policy chief. And the topic of the discussion is clear: lifting sanctions and discussions related to Iran's peaceful nuclear program.
Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghi also placed responsibility for past failures squarely on European shoulders, stating that
Iran holds the European parties responsible for negligence in implementing the agreement.
The upcoming talks represent a renewed effort to salvage what remains of the 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, which began unraveling in 2018 when the Trump administration withdrew from the accord and reimposed sweeping sanctions. The agreement had imposed strict limits on Iran's nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief, but European efforts to maintain economic ties with Iran largely collapsed under US pressure. Germany's foreign ministry indicated that Friday's discussions will occur at the expert level, with European negotiators working intensively to find a sustainable and verifiable diplomatic solution. German spokesperson Martin Gieser made clear the stakes, warning that
if no solution is reached by the end of August, the snapback also remains an option for the E3.
This snapback mechanism, built into the original 2015 agreement, would allow for the automatic reimposition of international sanctions if Iran is found to violate its commitments. The urgency is heightened by the fact that the entire nuclear accord is set to expire in October, creating an extremely tight timeline for any potential breakthrough. Iran has also scheduled separate discussions with China and Russia for July 22nd, reflecting Tehran's strategy of leveraging support from nations opposed to renewed sanctions. Beijing has already indicated its intention, stating,
Beijing would continue to play a constructive role in pushing relevant sides to restart dialogue and negotiations and reach a solution that takes into account the legitimate concerns of all parties.
As diplomatic tensions escalate, Iranian officials are raising the stakes with threats to regional security infrastructure. Abbas Araghchi, a member of Iran's Parliamentary National Security Commission, warned on Monday that Tehran could withdraw its commitment to maintaining stability in crucial maritime corridors if international sanctions are reimposed.
We have many tools in our disposition. We can withhold our commitment to security in the region, Persian Gulf and Hormuz Strait, as well as other maritime areas.
His comments represent a significant escalation in rhetoric, targeting one of the world's most vital shipping lanes through which approximately 20% of global oil exports pass daily. Araghchi appeared confident in Iran's strategic position, arguing that
Europe is not in a position to endanger itself in the Hormuz Strait, when it is itself in political, economic, and cultural conflicts with Russia, China, and even the United States.
Iran's strategy of using regional security threats as leverage is not new. The country has previously threatened to disrupt maritime traffic in the Strait of Hormuz and to cease cooperation in stopping Europe-bound drug trafficking when facing international pressure over its nuclear activities.